Hello, Adrian from adrianearnshaw.com here, and today we are going to take a look at using the Midi controller with Omnisphere. I'm not talking about the key variety here, I'm talking about all those wonderful buttons, switches, dials, knobs that you can actually use and transmit Midi messages with. Now, Omnisphere is fantastic in itself, but it's even better once you've mapped some controllers to different sources on Omnisphere. Now, this is a very much requested video because there's quite a lot of people who use Omnisphere in a live setting, whether it be worship, praise bands, etc., or even rock concerts and music concerts. And I just thought what I'll do is I'll look at the standalone version of Omnisphere rather than using it within the DAW. I've also using the studiologic SL Mixface, as you can see. It's got 8 knobs, 8 sliders, 8 buttons, and if I want to access a further 8 sliders, knobs and buttons, I only to just press this button and it will flick over. What I'm going to show you will translate to other Midi controllers. All you need to do is just have a look at your manual to find out which mode you need to have it set at to transmit Midi messages. So without further ado, we're going to Omnisphere standalone, and the first thing you need to do of all things is to go to View, Settings, and you will be given the normal settings screen. This bit is important because the higher the audio buffer settings, the greater the delay. Now, I can cope with 64 with the machine I've got. Now, the next most important thing is make sure you have the correct active Midi inputs. So I want my controller, which is in my MyoXL HST2, and I also want my SL Mix USB. So also make sure your controller is selected in the active Midi inputs. Otherwise, nothing's going to happen when you move a knob or slider. Been there, done it, made that mistake. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to load up a multi by going to multi, and I'm just going to pick, I think this one's got, yes, this has got lovely, this is perfect. So what you can do here is we've got channel 1, everything's on channel 1. And these are all using every single slot on the multi here, 1 to 8. Now what I can do with my controller is right click, Midi CC learn, and I move a slider. And there we go. I could do it again. Midi CC learn, move a slider. Let's do a third one. Midi CC learn, move a slider. So now I can independently control the volume level as I play, which is absolutely fantastic. Now, if I also, let's just load up another multi, sorry. Let's go for something that's, let's try Alcazar. Is that, yeah, that's perfect. Right, so I can balance my own sound now as I play. Okay. Now, what happens if I want to, say, control the cutoff at the same time of, let's say, Fusion? Okay, so I want to control the cutoff of that as I play, and I want to control cutoff of layer A. So all I need to do on my controller is say, well, I only want to use these 8 sliders on the first set to control volume. But my second set, I'm going to say, right, cut off Midi CC learn, I'm going to use a knob. So I can now, once I've got my settings of volume here, I can then say, right, what I want to do, I want a bit of light year, a bit of Jupiter strings, and then I'll go into layer 1, and I can now move my little knobs here. I've opened up all these sliders as well, so if I really want to be sort of creative even further, I can right click on these wonderful filters and say, well, I'll Midi CC learn the attack and the decay and the sustain and the release. So now I can really control the sound to a silly degree. The best of it is now, once you've set up your controller to what you want, I can say, right, I want to go utility, save template. And that will now take you to a folder where you can save your template. So if I put this as live set 1, sorry, live set 1. So now, if I close Omnisphere, I'll reopen Omnisphere, give it a little bit of a moment, and we'll go to, sorry, I need to go to this one, multi, and I will go down to, I don't know, accepted. Yes, I do want to load a multi. Right, so now I've got multi, and I'm on bank 1. Oh look, my mixer doesn't work. I mapped these. That's because every time you load Omnisphere, you need to load the template. So in here, we've got my little templates, and I want to load live set 1. And if by magic, voila, you are back to where you were. So what you could actually do, you can create different templates for different tracks, different sets, different concerts, different performances. And for each one, you can then load it in to your into Omnisphere, and your MIDI controller will behave exactly the way you want it to do. Now, there's another way to have MIDI integration. Is on the hardware drop down HW. If you've got one of these particular synthesizers to hand, you can actually use the controls on that synthesizer to move the parameters of Omnisphere around, and they will do exactly what it says. So cutoff will change the cutoff, etc. Now, I don't have any of those, so what I'm sticking with is this wonderful MIDI learn and automation, because then I have absolute full control of exactly what the parameters do, what these knobs do to the parameters on Omnisphere. And just to prove that it's actually has taken everything, there we go. I need to go that one. And then I can go back. So there we go, a little simple video of how to map your MIDI controller to Omnisphere, save the settings, and recall them. So if you found this video useful and helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, ding that bell, and I will catch you in the next one. And before I go, I would just like to say, if there's anything, absolutely anything within Omnisphere that you would like to learn how to use, please stick it in the comments below, or if you don't want to sort of like make it public, go to adrianearnshaw.com, stick a message to me through the contact screen, and I will pick it up in a future video, and we can all learn together. So, catch you in the next one.